So it's a strain actually that we isolated in 2009. It was, at the time, we were constituting a new collection of non-Saccharomyces yeast. And it was isolated from Cabernet Sauvignon grape must in South Africa. And it was almost by chance that we discovered that it displayed some kind of inhibitory mechanism towards Brettanomyces bruxellensis. We didn't know what it was initially, and we identified it. So at the time, we identified it as Candida pyralidae. But later on, so more recently, it was reclassified as Suhomyces pyralidae. So it's a species that no one really knows, because we actually scientifically we know very little about this species. But since it had inhibitory characteristics towards Brettanomyces bruxellensis, we thought it was very interesting, and we carried on studying this species. So what we discovered was that this killer activity, as we call it scientifically, is due to a protein that has inhibitory behavior towards Brettanomyces bruxellensis. And this is why scientifically it's referred to as a killer toxin sometimes. But let's call it an inhibitory protein. So we tested it against the 22 strains of Brettanomyces that we had in our collection, and we found out that it's active against 16 strains. So we thought it was not too bad. We discovered that it is compatible, this activity is compatible with wine conditions in terms of temperature and pH that occur during winemaking. And we initially, we then tried to find out how it inhibits Brettanomyces bruxellensis. And we don't have the final solution yet, but we have a hypothesis that it damages the cell wall of Brettanomyces bruxellensis. And so because of this, we think it has some kind of glucanase activity, but this still needs to be verified. What we did find out later on also, we tried the strain in a fermentation scenario, and we also discovered that because it inhibits Brettanomyces bruxellensis, it also lowers the amount of volatile phenols that Brettanomyces bruxellensis produces. So we think this strain has great potential to be used in the early stages of fermentation to eliminate the Brettanomyces that can be in the grape juice.